Hello everyone. So today we will start our lecture with gymnosperms, and today I will give you the introduction of gymnosperm, or we can say the general characteristics of gymnosperms. So basically spermatophyta is divided into the two classes. The first one is the gymnosperms and second one is the angiosperms. But when we talk about gymnosperm, we found that gymnosperm is a word which is made up of two words, that is gymnos plus sperma. Gymnos is meat and the sperma is seeds. So gymnosperm basically consists of meat seed, which is the most important characteristics of gymnosperm. When we talk about its classification, or we can say how it is classified, then we found that gymnosperms basically consist of two classes. The first one is the living in fossils and second one is the extinct. Okay, so when we talk about extinct, we found that there is three subdivisions in the extinct group. That is, the first one is the cycadophylicales, second one is the venicidales, and the third one is the podales. But when we talk about that living in fossils, then we found which we will study. Then we found that cycadales, gingoales, your third one is the coniferales, and the fourth one is the needles. Needles basically explains that yes, there is a evolution in the plants, and it is basically consists of vessels, because xylem consists of vessels and needles only. So it's a part, or it's a step of evolution to the angiosperm from the gymnosperms. Okay, so this is as basically gymnosperms consist of 70 genera, 725 species, and many more things. So let's start with the general characteristics of gymnosperms. So first characteristic is naked seeds. They basically consist of naked seeds. Secondly, when we talk about the gymnosperms, we found that they are basically consist of xerophytic adaptation, or we can say xerophytic adaptation. What are xerophytic adaptations? Xerophytic adaptation basically have some characteristics like consisting, if an animal is having a xerophytic adaptation, then it should have cuticle, sunken stomata, taproot system, and leafy scales. Xerophytic condition is basically condition which is found in the desert plant, okay, or the dry area consisting plants, okay, whatever the plants which are in the dry area. So plant body of the gymnosperm is basically sporophytic. That is the main constituent dormant stage is the sporophytic stage. Okay, and it is consists of basically two spores, like megasporophyll and the microsporophyll, or megaspores and microspores. So as we found that the taproot system is very well developed. Okay, so we can say that the taproot are very long roots, and they penetrate deep into the earth to get water from the moisturized area or the water content. So we found that in some gymnosperms that symbiotic relationship has also been found. Like when we talk about the cycus roots, as you know that there are simple roots and coralloid roots. So coralloid roots, first of all, I should want to tell you that what is coralloid root. So coralloid root is basically a root which is negatively geotropic. Okay, negatively geotropism, okay, is shown in the coralloid roots. How? Because these roots come out of the soil, in the at the upper part of the soil. Okay, so basically coralloids जो roots रहती हैं ये distorted होती हैं, थोड़ी थोड़ी dichotomously branched होती हैं, negative geotropism दिखाती हैं. तो these are the characteristics of coralloid roots. Okay, so now as we are on the symbiotic relationship, तो basically जो cycus की coralloid roots होती हैं ये हमें algae के साथ क्या दिखाती हैं, अपनी symbiosis दिखाती हैं, या फिर symbiotic relationship दिखाती हैं. Similarly जो पाइनस की रूट्स होती हैं वो हमें फंगस के साथ, माइक्रोराइजा के साथ, फंगस के साथ हमें क्या दिखाती हैं, अपनी symbiotic relationship दिखाती हैं. But when we talk about the stem, that is the upper stem, or that is the upper part of the stem of the cycus, we found that cycus is basically what it consists of erect, cylindrical, and a woody and tuberous stem. Its stem is erect because it's बहुत सीधी होती है, or it is a woody, and tuberous. Okay, and there are different type of leaves which are found. Okay, leaf scars are found all over the stem. Okay, but when we talk about the types of leaf which are found in the ficus, that is of two type basically. Or in the gymnosperms, that is first one is the foliage leaf, and the second one is the that what we can say simple scaly spiny leaves. Okay, so what is foliage leaf? Foliage leaf basically consisting of chloroplast. Okay, so they help in the photosynthesis process. But when we talk about the leafy or the scaly leaves, then they are basically for the protectiveness. Okay, they basically gives the protect measures to the plant. Okay, so when we talk about the roots, this is all about the stem morphology. But when we talk about the roots, then we found that the roots are die of polyarch. Okay, and basically the cortex, as we know that cortex is also present in the stem. So the cortex is made up from the tiny ferrous cells. Okay, and some brown spots are also found in the cortex, which are the representation of the tannin pigment, which is just held in that. Okay, now basically there are two type of vascular bundles. The first one is the collateral vascular bundle, and the second one is the open vascular bundle. Then what is collateral vascular bundle? That xylem and phloem which are present there, they are just alternatively arranged. That phloem layer is when you cut a cross section, then you found that the phloem ring is going there, alternatively a xylem, similarly phloem, xylem. So alternative rings are present over there. This is in the collateral one. But when we talk about the open, the cambium is present, and cambium is present for the secondary growth. Okay, you found that or you know that the cambium is basically for the secondary growth, to enhance the secondary growth, because the primary cambium, okay, it's very short lived in some plants, as in we found in the gymnosperms. So now when we talk about the xylem and phloem, then we found that xylem and phloem are present, but there some of the components are absent or maybe modified. Okay, so as we talk about the xylem, then we found that the xylem is present, but it do not consist of vessels at all. But in the we can say in the part of knee tails, in the knee tails, basically the xylem consisting of the vessels. That's why it is an exceptional case. Okay, so but when we talk about the phloem, phloem is present, but the companion cells are absent. So basically, the thing is present, but it is modified, or it having something less, or it is having something more. So basically, they have cambium, and primary cambium is short-lived. I told you, and it is again replaced by the successive ring of cambia. Like it is consisting of different more and more and more rings of the cambium. Okay. Now the wood basically which is present in the cycles is of two types: the monoxylic wood and the pycnoxylic wood. Now what is monoxylic and what is pycnoxylic? Okay, so when we talk about the monoxylic wood, in this the pith is well developed and the medullary rays are also well developed. And you know what is pith and medullary rays. I don't want to elaborate this thing. Okay, but when we talk about the pycnoxylic wood, okay, then we found that the pith is not compact as in the first case, and it do not basically consist of well developed pith, and basically the medullary rays are also not well developed at all. Okay, so now as I told you that the sunken stomata is basically sunken, because if the stomata is not sunken, then what happens? The water will transpirate again and again, again and again. So it will create a problem to the plant, and the plant will just die off. Okay. So when we talk about the different Enthedia or Archegonia, I will furtherly elaborate you. But that basically this gymnosperms are heterosporous, hetero plus sporous. That is, the spores are basically of two types. The first one is the microspore or the male gametophyte, sorry, male spores, and the second one is the megaspores, that is female spores. Okay, so basically अब हम बात करते हैं कि जो sporangia present होता है. Okay, because as we know that sporangia is there. So sporangia can be monosporangiate, it can be a gymnosperm can be a monosporangiate, then we can say bisporangiate or eusporangiate. I will tell you that what is monosporangiate, which consists of only one sporangia. That is monosporangiate, consists of only one sporangia. सिर्फ एक ही sporangia वहाँ पर present होगी. हाँ, लेकिन अगर हम बात करते हैं हमारे bisporangiate की, यहाँ पे दो sporangia भी present हो सकते हैं. They are found in the ephedra. In ephedra, basically two sporangias are found. हाँ, तो हमने क्या क्या पढ़ लिया अभी तक, मैं एक बार रिवाइज करा देता हूँ. हमने जनरल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, क्लासिफिकेशन थोड़ा सा एक बार ऊपर से देख लिया कि हाउ इट इज़ डिवाइडेड इनटू टू ग्रुप्स. उसके बहुत सारे कैरेक्टर्स देख लिए. उसके हमने लीव्स के बारे में पढ़ लिया, वुड के बारे में पढ़ लिया, स्टेम के बारे में पढ़ लिया. ओके, नाउ वी विल फर्दरली मूव टू द हेटेरोस्पोरी. हमने पढ़ ली उसकी, जो हेटेरोस्पोरस होता है. अब हम पढ़ेंगे इसके मेल कोन, या फिर कह सकते हैं हम सीधे पढ़ते हैं इसके ओव्यूल के बारे में. ओके, सो ओव्यूल जो इसका होता है वो ऑर्थोस्पोरस होता है. हम वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट साइकस मोस्टली ऑन द gymnosperm, because cycle is the first part which we have to study in our studies. So it is basically orthotropous. Okay, orthotropous is basically the cunicle, micropyly and the cheliza end are just in the same, they are pointing in the same plane. Okay, this is about the orthotropous. And the unitegment is only one tegment is just covering the ovule, but it is three layered. Like the three layers are there. The middle one is the stony layer, and the first one and the last one, that is the innermost and the outermost are the fleshy layers, but the middle one is the stony layer. और ये जो ovule होता है ये इतना हार्ड होता है कि जब आप इसका डाइसेक्शन करते हैं ड्यूरिंग योर प्रैक्टिकल्स, तो कभी कभी क्या होता है कि वो कट भी नहीं होता. इट इज़ टू हार्ड. कि स्टोनी लेयर इतनी टफ होती है कि वो कभी कभी कट भी नहीं होता. क्योंकि वैसे तो बहुत छोटा सा होता है, उसको ऐसे पकड़ कर कट भी नहीं कर सकते. लाइक यू हैव टू टेक सम टूल्स टू कट इट. ओके, नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू अबाउट द बेसिकली आर्किगोनिया, और थोड़ा सा मैं बता देता हूँ आपको एक बार आर्किगोनिया और एंथीरिया के बारे में. Okay, so we found that basically archegonia is the female gametophyte and variable in number. There may be 1, 2, 3 and more. Okay, but archegonia consists of only one egg cell. Only one egg cell is present there. Okay, so I think okay, so it only consists of one egg cell. Okay, and it is in gymnosperm basically found that the pollination is through wind, and it is through anemophilus. Okay, anemophilus भी हो सकता है, wind pollination हो सकता है. और क्या करेगा कि जो हमारा पोलन होगा वो आएगा. ठीक है, ये हमारी आर्किगोनिया के अंदर एग है. दिस इज द एग. तो वो आएगा, नेक सेल्स तो हट जाएंगी, डिस्टर्ब हो जाएंगी, वो उसके अंदर जाएगा और फ्यूज कर जाएगा, एंड द फर्टिलाइजेशन विल ऑकर. एंड this basically fertilization gives again zygote, and it is like 3 cell 4 cell hota jayega, and the development will go on. So fertilization is basically siphonogamic in gymnosperms. So what is siphonogamic? Like tube like or siphon like tube will formed through which the pollen will enter into the egg cell, and the fertilization will take place. Okay, now pollen tube can work like two cases. Like it can work as a nutrition giving also, or it can work as a sperm carrier also. How? Because क्या होता है कि जब जैसे इसका ये है, दिस इज जो हमारा वेंट्रल कैनाल सेल्स हैं, तो ये ऊपर की तरफ क्या करेंगे, पहले पोलन का एक स्टिकी मटेरियल आएगा जिस पर पोलन आकर रुकेगा, एंड इट गोज अंदर. तो ये हॉस्टोरिया की तरह वर्क भी करते हैं. इट गिव्स न्यूट्रिशन एंड इट ऑल्सो गिव्स द basically the sperm carrier also. So this is all about the introduction of the gymnosperms, which we should know. कि अगर हम gymnosperm पढ़ने जा रहे हैं तो उससे पहले कम से कम इतना तो पता ही होना चाहिए जितना मैंने आपको बताया. नाउ जब आप एक डिफरेंट टाइप के आप जिम्नोस्पर्म्स पढ़ोगे तो यू विल गेट दैट कि हाँ भाई हमको इतना पता था, तो अब हमको समझ में आ रहा है कि व्हाट इज मेल कोन, व्हाट इज फीमेल कोन, गैमेटोफाइटे, स्पोरोफाइटे, वुड, लीफ स्कार्स, दिस. ओके, सो आई होप कि आपको अच्छा लगा हो. तो प्लीज़ लाइक करें, शेयर करें, एंड फोकस करें कि अपनी स्टडीज़ पे थोड़ा थोड़ा ध्यान दें. जस्ट चिल आउट एंड रीड अगेन, and please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.